This episode is made possible by our sponsor, Landmark College, the college for students who learn differently, offering comprehensive supports for students with ADHD and other learning differences, both on campus and online. Learn more at lcdistraction.org.
Hello and welcome to Distraction. I'm your host, Dr. Ned Hallowell, and I thank you for joining me for another listener Q&A episode, which are my favorites. Today's question is from a worried mom. Her daughter is 17 and was diagnosed with ADHD and generalized anxiety disorder in the 6th grade. Her pediatrician has often said that her daughter has severe ADHD, and they also believe she has rejection-sensitive dysphoria as well, which they're in family therapy for right now. This mom sent us a very lengthy email, which we unfortunately do not have time to read here, but I wanted to share and respond to part of what she wrote. She says, quote, "My daughter has been given numerous amounts of education about ADHD. She seems to have the right combination of medications now, and she gets exercise daily from being a studio competition dancer. But she is still struggling. She's 17 and a half years old, without a driver's license, never had a job. She still operates in the world of now and not now, fights most structure that would help tackle tasks, closed off to any type of personal suggestion coaching for ADHD, really struggling daily in most executive function skills such as organization and time management. 17 and a half is a hard age to still be living daily in what you describe as transparency to the point of being honest to a fault. That's my phrase for being extremely honest and blunt, especially with the lying and the tendency to externalizations or blame others while not seeing their role in the problem. And it is becoming a huge concern for us about what her adult future will be like. As her parents, we feel very stuck, defeated, and devastated that her future will be nothing but struggles that she doesn't have to have, but will. How do we help her be more receptive toward putting structure into her life and embracing the help of a coach? Both would give her more control over her outcomes, not just reacting to situations. These are the only two things I can think of that we haven't already included in her life. I appreciate all that you do for the world, especially us ADHDers. You are a gift. Signed, a desperate mom." Well, thank you. Thank you so much for your appreciation of what I do. I think, honestly, your outlook is brighter than you think it is. I don't want to say just wait, but one part of me is saying just wait. You and your husband are good parents. She's been raised in a good way. She is wrestling with things inside of herself. And part of her rejecting help is her fear that the help will be embarrassing and pointless and just another task that she'll fail at. So she pushes you away as a form of self-preservation.
The following is an unpaid endorsement for BetterHelp.
So my name is George, and I've been a BetterHelp user for about 2 years. I actually started using it during the pandemic because I thought it would be a great way, while everything moved virtual, to be able to connect with a therapist during that time. And it ended up being one of the best decisions that I've ever made for myself. I absolutely adore my therapist. I have never been paired with somebody in my life, as somebody who's been through multiple therapists, who really, really gets it and understands the way my current therapist does with BetterHelp. And I really feel like I leave every session that I have with her with something actionable to do, something that can overall improve myself, my health, my well-being. And we have constant check-ins. We talk very, very regularly throughout the week and in our sessions. And I feel thrilled with the progress I'm making so far. I can't recommend it enough. I tell everybody all the time to sign up for BetterHelp because I've had such a positive experience.
Distraction Podcast listeners will save 10% right now by going to our sponsor, BetterHelp, at www.betterhelp.com/distraction. That's www.betterhelp.com/distraction.
What you might try to do is get somebody else to come in on a different angle. An uncle, an aunt, a grandparent, a school friend, a mom of a school friend, a coach. If you said she's a competitive dancer, a dance coach. Anyone, any person who likes her and sees her talent. Because what you want her to do is to begin to feel some importance in the world, that she has something to contribute. And you and your husband are, by definition, boring, ugly, and stupid. So you won't be able to provide that. She'll discount, disregard, reject anything you might offer. And then if she has the rejection sensitivity that is so common in people with ADHD, she's liable to interpret anything as a kind of backhanded or subterranean rejection. So she's, as you say, transparent and hypersensitive, probably extremely brilliant and highly creative. So if you can find someone in her life, somewhere, somehow, even online, to notice something about her that they like and begin to build on that. It's like starting a fire, from scratch with a spark on a rock, and you get the little dead leaf to catch, and then you get the little twigs to catch, and then you get the next bigger branch to catch, and next thing you know, you've got a bonfire. But it starts with that little spark on a rock, and that's often the hardest part. So if you can find somebody in some way, some activity to strike that spark, because I'm telling you, she's got the wood, she's got the fuel that could turn into a bonfire. All that effort she's putting into hiding and pushing people away can get unleashed into starting a business, can get unleashed into a relationship, for that matter, can get unleashed into studying Shakespeare. I mean, who knows what it might happen to be. The right English teacher could really get her excited. That's what happened to me in 12th grade. But, however you do it, you want to be on the lookout for that spark. And for you and your husband to try, to not worry alone. Now, if you can get a therapist for yourselves to work on with this, and because you're staying up too late worrying too much, and she picks up on that, and it just creates negative vibes, negative energies. If you could put your effort, and I know this may sound ridiculous, but just into enjoying her, having fun with her, she'll think, what the hell are they up to? But if you could do that to create a kind of positive vibe in the house, that's the kind of vibe in which someone begins to spread their wings and fly a little bit. What you're experiencing is not uncommon, and I can tell you it usually does work out well. I'm not saying neglect it or ignore it, but I've given you some suggestions of coming at it from a slightly different direction. Thank you so much for writing in. I really appreciate it and appreciate your kind words. That'll do it for today's episode. Distraction is created by Sounds Great Media. This episode was recorded and produced by Sarah Gurton, and I'm Dr. Ned Hallowell. Thank you so much for listening.
The episode you just heard was made possible by our sponsor, Landmark College, the college for students who learn differently, offering comprehensive supports for students with ADHD and other learning differences, both on campus and online. Learn more at lcdistraction.org.